Imagine it's a freezing winter night, you're already in bed, warm and comfortable. When you suddenly remember the heater is still running or the TV is still on. Now, you have two choices. Either get out of bed, walk all the way to the switchboard and turn it off, or simply grab your phone, tap a button, and it's done. That's exactly what this project makes possible. In my previous video, we explored how this amazing MaTouch 1.28-inch Toolset Timer Switch Relay from MakerFabs can completely replace a conventional switchboard. We control relays using the on-screen UI designed in SquareLine Studio, and we also use the encoder and physical buttons for quick access. We even schedule timers for automatic on-off control of appliances. That means you don't always have to remember to press a button. Your devices can turn on or off at the exact time you want. For example, you can set the heater to turn on in the morning before you wake up, or have the lights turn off automatically at night. But today we are taking it to the next level. This is version 2 of the project, and now the same relays that we previously controlled through the UI can also be controlled through the Blynk IoT application from anywhere in the world. That means you can control your home appliances directly from your smartphone no matter where you are. With this setup, you don't need to worry about forgotten appliances. Even if you leave home in a hurry and the heater or TV or water pump is still on, you can check the status on your phone and switch it off from anywhere. Here is the part I really love. The UI and the Blynk application are perfectly synchronized. For example, if I turn on a load from the display UI, the same switch will also turn on in the Blynk app. Similarly, if I turn on or off any load from my phone, the switch will also update on the UI. This way, I always know which loads are on and which ones are off, no matter where they were controlled from. And here's another thing I have carefully taken care of. What if Wi-Fi goes down? Normally, if we had used Blynk.begin, the controller would just keep trying to connect to Blynk and the UI would stop responding. That's not good for home automation. So instead, I used Wi-Fi plus Blynk, which ensures that even if Wi-Fi is unavailable, the UI continues to work smoothly. And as soon as Wi-Fi comes back, the controller reconnects to Blynk automatically. This makes the system reliable both online and offline. On the second screen, I'm displaying the date and time, and I'm using the same background image from the previous project. This background adds a nice touch to the interface and makes it look more polished. Of course, you can always customize it with your own designs or even add animations if you want to make the UI more dynamic. If you have watched my previous videos on SquareLine Studio and LVGL, then by now you already know how to start a new project or import an existing one in SquareLine Studio. Now on screen 2, we are displaying the date and time. For this, I have simply used two labels named LBL date and LBL time. I won't go into much detail here because I have already explained this in my previous video. On screen 1, I have added 3 switches and I have assigned events to each of them. For example, when I turn the TV switch on or off, the TV function is called. In the same way, I have defined functions for the other 2 switches as well. Now let me show you what I have set up on the Blynk side. I have already made a getting started video on ESP32 and Blynk. So if you're using Blynk for the first time, I recommend watching that video first. I will add a link in the description. Anyway, as you can see, I have created a device named My Home and it's already online. Let's go ahead and open it. For this project, I'm only using 3 switches and I have kept their names the same as in the UI so there is no confusion when controlling the loads. Now, if you go to Developer Tools, you will find the firmware configuration. From here, you can simply copy that configuration and paste it at the top of your code. Next, if I open the data streams, you can see I have added only 3 variables: Relay 1, Relay 2, and Relay 3. Each one is linked to a virtual pin V1, V2, and V3, and their data type is set as integer. And that's all we need to set up on the Blynk side. When you open the Blynk app on your phone, you will see the device that you created earlier. In my case, it's showing up as My Home. If I open this device, you can see I have already added 3 switches and I have assigned them to the same data streams we just created. You can also see that the device is online and ready to use. You can download this code from my website electronicmechanic.com, and for those who want the ready-to-use project folder with all the UI designs and SquareLine Studio files included, it's available on my Patreon along with many other exclusive resources. Let's upload this program. The program has been successfully uploaded. Now, let me give you a detailed demo of this project and I won't skip anything. I haven't connected real appliances to the board because the onboard LEDs are more than enough to show what's happening. Plus, you will also hear the clicking sound of the relays. So it's very clear when the switch on or off. Right now, both my board and my mobile phone are connected to Wi-Fi. So let's first control the relays using the on-screen switches. As you can see, it's very fast and responsive. And you might have noticed, whenever I toggle a switch on the display, the same switch updates instantly in the Blynk application as well. Now, let's try the other way around, controlling the relays directly from the Blynk application. Again, you can see it's super fast and responsive. Whenever I toggle a button here on the phone, the same button updates on the display UI in real time. But here's the exciting part. What happens if I disconnect the Wi-Fi? Now the controller is no longer connected to Wi-Fi. And look, it's still working perfectly. Do you know why? Because we didn't use blink.begin function in the code because it blocks the program until a connection is made. By handling Wi-Fi and Blynk connections manually, the ESP32 remains responsive even if the internet drops or Blynk server is unavailable. Anyway, right now you can see that two switches are on and one switch is off. I'm going to reconnect the controller to Wi-Fi and let's see whether the Blynk application updates the status of these loads or not. This might take a few seconds. And there you go. Amazing. The load status has automatically updated in the Blynk application. Now, I can also turn these same loads off directly from the Blynk application and the changes will instantly show up on the display as well. So, with this setup, you can control your appliances locally using the display or remotely from anywhere in the world using the Blynk application. And in version 3, we will take it even further. We will build a custom Android application with feedback acknowledgement. So you will always know the exact status of your appliances. So that's all for now. Support me on Patreon for more videos. I hope you liked today's episode. Like and share this video with your friends. See you in the next episode and thanks for watching.